Hello, folks. I had a chance to review this M8 neckband headphone set that I did an unboxing on a few days ago. And I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of what I found. This is the product on eBay. It's quite low cost, $7.99. I would not pay that for shipping. It's about double the cost of the actual item. But if you can pick one up for about, under $10 somewhere, even a dollar store type item thing, I mean, it does the business, but there are some big disadvantages, and you cannot go by the package information here because it's not accurate. It looks better than it is, but again, just keep an idea on the cost. Don't be fooled. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. So the first thing, the battery lasted great. I mean, the pros are I got about 7-8 hours out of a charge, which took a couple hours to charge. And so I could listen pretty much all day. And if you don't use it very often, it could probably last a week before you need to charge it. So that's an advantage. It will work about 10 meters away from your phone or other device that you're using, give or take. It'll start cutting off at some point. Unfortunately, the battery indicator that it picks up on the phone, usually it goes from 100% down, and then, this thing will go to 20%, and then at that point, it will shut off. So don't trust the battery meter. If you do, you'll just get from 100 to 20%. So about roughly 10% an hour drop in usage. Okay. Other than that, they're comfortable. There's only one earbud type size that it comes with, and they seem to fit my ears okay, and they do keep the sound out, so that's good. But if you have different size ears, this may not be the best thing for you because you can't customize it. The other issue was that I did get a little bit irritated on the back of my neck from this band. I don't know whether that's just myself or if it was moving around. You get used to it. If you have a shirt on, it doesn't rub the neck. It's fine. Little quirk: the buttons here. Okay. Plus, if you hold plus down, long press, it will increase the volume. If you hold the minus down, long press, it will decrease the volume. But funny enough, if you want to advance the track, you'd think you'd press plus, but no, it's minus. They flip the functions around. So if you want to advance a track, you press minus. If you want to go back to the beginning of the track, or let's say go to the one before it, you press the plus. So for some reason, it's inconsistent. The plus and minus for the advancing and reversing track is backwards than what's on the label. The volume up and down is correctly labeled. So plus will increase, minus long press will decrease. Okay, now we've got so far, they're comfortable. They do the job. You can listen to stuff. It lasts quite a long time and so on. The button is a little quirky, but whatever, you get used to that. Biggest problem, and I think the deal breaker for me, I know $7.99 is, not a bad price to pay, but the biggest deal breaker for me, aside from the sound quality, it's not great. It's good for audiobooks. It's good for podcasts, mainly, newscasts, voice only. And you're not going to listen to music on this thing. It's just not good enough for any kind of musical listening. Now, the biggest downfall, I could not get these to go into stereo mode. For the life of me, I connected it to the iPhone. I connected to an Android device, tablet, computer. I played around with the settings for, input, because apparently if you turn off the mic input in your device, then this becomes a stereo. It's supposed to be using a stereo output mode only, but this thing constantly stays in a phone headset mode because it has a mic, it has headset, earphones. It cannot go into stereo only output. So I'm not sure if it's a Bluetooth problem. maybe hard coded into the chip in this thing to keep the cheap, cost out there. I'm not sure if it's the way it talks to the device, what services it can handle. It just might not be able to carry the bandwidth. I don't know. It could be, but I can't get this thing into stereo. If you have any way or have experience getting it to listen in stereo, then please let me know. But that's a deal breaker for me. I might have to tear it apart and see what's going on inside this thing. But if you want to use this as a telephone headset, fine, it's great. It has a microphone, mono earbuds, and it's good for voice. But you're not going to listen to any music on this thing. It's just not worth the experience. Now, it could be that what I have here is actually a cheaper version or knockoff of the same style buds that were copied. So for example, this could have come out a year or two ago at $20-30 and been, had the stereo and, better features overall and actually good sounding earbuds. And then as time went on to compete, knockoffs started coming out that were basically copying the same design and look and essentially flooded the market with cheaper and cheaper variations. Because I've seen this with other devices. Like I've seen small cameras, GoPro knockoffs. I've seen it happen with other media players, even digital watches. I have a few variations of the smartwatches, and they keep going down in price. And when you open them up, you see that they're cutting corners. They'll leave out chips. They'll leave out certain things. It'll look like it's still there on the packaging, but they'll basically, not populate the board or change the design and cheapen it out. So it could be that some version of this out there does have stereo, but the one that I have, I cannot get stereo out of it. They put left and right here, obviously, because it's supposed to go into a certain direction in your ear. But yeah, that's other than pointing into the ear the proper way, you get the exact same thing on both sides. So there you have it. Just a quick review of the M8 magnetic neckband wireless Bluetooth sport headset. And, it's, you get what you pay for. And if you're looking for something like this, it's a good price. But unfortunately, it's a deal breaker if you're looking for a stereo. All right. So there you have it. Hope you're enjoying this video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.